guys, it is currently Sunday as I'm filming this, and the poll showed you guys want to see a video. So, a little backstory on how I came to get this lot of amazing vintage clothing. So, some of you who follow our social medias know that it has been a very trying week. We started it off with a bang, working with the amazing Carrie Janusik of Hi Hat Portraiture. And then right after that is when things started to go downhill. For 3 days, we lost heat and electricity in this space, and it made functioning as a business pretty darn hard. So yesterday, which was Saturday, I had a gentleman come in and he said he's clearing out his parents' farmstead. And he said his mom had closets and closets of vintage clothing that she rarely ever wore. And he asked, so how do you do this? Do you want to buy it right out? Do you want to look through pieces? And I said, sure, why don't you bring them over sometime? And here he had them all in his car. So he brought them all in. And typically what I like to do is go through everything piece by piece. I usually don't buy everything in a lot together, because then you get a lot of pieces that you just don't know what to do with. But in this instance, I gave a really good look through just on the surface, and I took a chance and I bought it all. So we're gonna go through some of that today. And if you see anything you like, I'm really trying to process these. The last lot that we went through, my goal was to get those up online and in store this week, but obviously with certain events that have happened, that's made it very hard. So I can't promise a lot of these are gonna make it online, and if they do, it's not gonna be very quickly. So if there's a piece you're looking at, leave us a comment, let me know, and I'll let you know once I get it out on the floor. So, all right, you guys, let's dig in. All right, so I pretty much left everything the way he dropped it off. And one very rare thing that he did was he sorted everything into tubs. So here we have, I believe, everything that still has its original tags. I think we have dresses in this bin, all of the lingerie and intimates in this bin. I think casual wear, we've got formal wear, and then we've got coats. So we will go through. This is what caught my eye originally. I've trained myself to do a quick scan of pieces, and I'm able to pick out things that look pretty amazing. So this faux fur, I don't know, is this a coat? Let's see. Yeah, it's almost like a parka, but oh, look at that lining, you guys. So let's see. Oh my gosh, and look at inside the sleeves. How cool is that? So I always try to find some kind of tag. I mean, this looks like it's from the 70s. The quality of the faux fur and everything definitely feels 70s to me, but I can't seem to find maker's tag. And sometimes you have to look in the lining, which I don't see anything. So it looks like it's unlabeled. Sorry, I'm trying to steady the camera here. All right, and it looks like it has leather little toggles. All right, well, maybe a tag will pop up eventually. So we have this gorgeous hooded piece. I mean, how cold it's been lately. Yeah, I'm really excited. And condition-wise, it looks really great. I don't see any staining, anything missing. But then we have this faux fur pink coat. And this has some slight discoloration around the neckline. And you get that a lot from wear or even being on a hanger for too long. If you have hangers that have foam on it, sometimes it can leave a really weird residue. So always be careful with that. If you have fabric hangers, use them. They're amazing. And this one I know does have a tag. So it is Elmbrook, superb quality. So woven with, what does that say? Woven with Celanese and rayon. Interesting. So yeah, look at this lining. Oh, and I didn't notice this yesterday. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's kind of print on this lining and it's a couple dancing. Ooh, how amazing. So this one looks like it was worn. It does have condition issues. It has some shredding in the lining, which I think I can mend. I have to take a look at it closer, but how fun is this piece? Look at that. Super cool. All right, so I've been trying to take these formal pieces out of the bag, and as you guys are seeing these, I'm seeing these. Like I said, when he brought them in, I didn't have the time, unfortunately, to go through and look through every single one. I had customers in. So again, I just bought these sight unseen. So I could have modern pieces in here, could have a lot of vintage, but I mean, it's kind of the hunt. That's fun. So we have this velvet and really poofy kind of ballerina skirt dress. And these are all kind of buttoned together, so I can't quite see too much. And then we have this, it looks like a late 90s, maybe mid to late 90s sequined blouse with a little lurex on the back. That's super cool. All right, we have, oh, what's this? So we have a blazer with this beautiful kind of sunburst embroidery on it, gold thread. This looks to be late 80s, early 90s, but how beautiful is that starburst? All right, I'm trying to steady the camera, so bear with me. Again, it's a lot of stuff, you guys. All right, here, let me put this down and see if I can get these a little bit more organized. All right, after cutting off a very rank rubber band, I've set them free, and all I see are wire hangers. Again, Joan Crawford, if she really ever did say that, no wire hangers, ever. They're horrible. They will ruin your vintage clothing. So if you have any vintage pieces on a wire hanger right now, take that shit off. All right, so now I've got to untangle these. Oy vey. Okay, we can do this. I hate wire hangers. It's grossing me out touching them right now. All right, so we have this blazer. Here's a little bit better of a shot. Oh, and look at the cuffs. I really love this one. Oh, and it's a set. And it's, you see right here, kind of has a little bit of dust on the side, but it looks like a set. Oh, okay. So it has a matching skirt with it. And the skirt has the same embossment right here. But if you saw my last video, you know how I feel about sets. So more than likely this one will be split up, but super cool. And it feels like almost like a, not denim, but it's a really thick material. So definitely a good piece. All right, what do we have here? So this one's definitely the 90s. And I feel, I mean, there's something for everybody. It's more of a chartreuse in person. And it's got just a plain black dress under it. I mean, not my particular style for the shop, but again, anything in here that I decide that it's just not right for the store is all going to be donated. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know, but okay. So that's that one. What else do we have here? All right, okay. All right, let's reorganize. All right, so the lighting is really bad in here. I apologize, but we're really going through the decades here. Here we have looks to be a late 50s, early 60s, kind of canary yellow eyelet dress with this beautiful kind of swooping shoulder. And fun fact, but not so fun when you're a vintage vendor. So a lot of pieces back then, you'll notice, have kind of these really grody little sweat pads in the underarms, and those were actually little potpourri satchels, and that was just there to, you know, kind of keep things fresh. However, when you flash forward 50 to 60 years, they're a little crunchy, they're a little crusty, and I had gotten a lot from another farmstead last year, and I spent 2 hours cutting those babies out of a bunch of dresses. So that's going to be a project, but really cute. This is going to be perfect for summer. Oh, so beautiful. All right, so this one kind of caught my eye because it kind of reminds me of something. I don't know if Barbra Streisand wore something similar to this when she won her Oscar. If I can find a picture, I'll pull it up, but I really love that bow. I mean, this has a matching pleated skirt under it, but just as a top, I think that would be really cute. All right, you guys, this is the point in the process where I'm getting a little overwhelmed and I'm like, What have I done? And I have no room for it. It's like anybody who's ever been in that back room knows it's like a diarrhea explosion of vintage, which is great, but I also have to figure out how to organize it and clean it up. So, all right, let's push on. I had to put that stack of formal wear away because it was stressing me out. So here are some nice little separates. You have a 1970s knit sweater with a cute little toggle, and I love tags. I just think these tags are so cute. And this next one is really fun. Pinot Noir. I love it. Anybody who likes floral, there you go. Ooh, what's this? Okay, so this is like a fun little beach cover up. It looks like it's from the 90s, but it's kind of done in a cool 50s style with some really nice embroidery, so that's a pretty fun piece. And then we have Blair. So I keep getting lots that have a crap ton of Blair pieces. Definitely a very popular catalog mail order brand. They have great pieces, don't get me wrong, but me and Blair have become a little too familiar lately. But really nice sweater. Really beautiful color. All right, so I saw this one peeking out of the pile when he first brought everything in, and I kid you not, this jacket is like a sleeping bag. It's made of the same material, and it's lined in a really nice, comfortable, kind of slick, I don't know what is that even, nylon? I don't know what material it is, but quilted, has these really milky, like button snaps. Really pretty. There is some staining on it, but you know, pieces like these that you know were used for workwear, they hold kind of a provenance to it. I don't dare try to get some of that staining out because I think it really does add to this piece. And again, this came from a farmstead, so these clothes were used to, you know, help make a living. So really cool piece of, I think, history right there. All right, another thing I love, lining. Look at this amazing woven coat. It has this beautiful little hanger chain, and it's like a beautiful bright fuchsia lining, and it's almost in perfect condition. This is definitely from the 80s, but I think some of the best that the 80s had to offer. Really simple outer shell, but then you have that blast of color inside, and you really don't get that with a lot of modern pieces nowadays. Some pieces aren't even lined, and to me, I won't buy anything if it's not lined because having a lining really makes it feel luxurious. So I'm really excited for this one, and it's gonna be hard for me not to keep some of these for myself, but really, really happy with this one. So this one's super cute. This beautiful kind of knit off the shoulder top, super warm, super early 70s, which the fact that it's still pretty pristine and white is amazing. But this one is really nice, and it's so soft. Yeah, that's a really good one. All right, so I'm gonna attempt to get through the bins, or at least see, but I kind of want to see what's in this little lingerie one. Sometimes you have to be careful with other people's under things because you just never know what you're gonna find in it. All right, let me dig through and pull out some pieces. All right, so this is the first lingerie piece I pulled out, and it's this beautiful minty green nightgown, and it is from Van Ralt, which is kind of one of the more upper echelons of lingerie from the 50s and 60s. And I guess if I had to make a comparison, it was probably more along the lines of maybe like Asian provocateur. This is from their petal skin line, and if you see, have beautiful little flowers and petal embroidery, beautiful scalloped lace. These are my favorite, you guys. I mean, you put on a vintage nightgown, I wonder if I can get better lighting from over here, you can take on the world. And pieces like this, I would wear this out and about, honestly. It's too beautiful to be hidden away in your bedroom. But I love this, and this color. But like I said, Van Ralt is more of a higher end lingerie line, and this seems to be in really great condition. So I'm excited to get this one steamed and put out. Okay, so I've been pulling a few out, and I mean, look at this awesome bodysuit. I love it. And all of the vintage bodysuit, like little lingerie teddies I sell, people are wearing them as everyday out and about bodysuits, and I'm here for it. I love it. And I pulled out this really beautiful Fredericks of Hollywood. I love Fredericks. This nightgown with some really nice underwire, really cute piece. The sad part is it came with a matching robe, but the robe is it's pretty shredded. I'm gonna see if I can work some kind of magic on it and at least make it somewhat wearable, but really beautiful color. And you know, in this lot of really everything, and especially the lingerie, we have lingerie for all sizes. We're really pulling out a lot of size ranges, which is fantastic. And I heard that this gentleman's mother got a lot of clothing as gifts. So I guess that would make sense why there's kind of a range in different sizes and styles. But yeah, so far so good. Underpants. All right, so I got a little distracted going through all that. So there were some modern pieces that, you know, were pretty cute. I did pull out some more Fredericks of Hollywood and some really pretty sets, but we have a really good color range here. They are so wrinkled, you guys. I wasn't even gonna try to lay them out, but you can kind of get a little bit of a hint of things to come. I love it. And again, more little cute teddies and bodysuits, so that's pretty exciting. All right, so now on to tackle some of these. And as you can see, some of them are brand new. So again, these are pieces I'll probably just end up donating. Leslie Faye. So, I don't know how to do this. I guess I'll just start laying them out. So this one is from 2000, but hand dyed. I just thought the penguins were really cute. Came with its original tags. Aww. All right, so we have some 1980s leather pants. So if that is your size and you love leather pants, we have something for you. All right, so I keep sifting through and we have, you know, a decent amount of modern pieces, which was totally to be expected. But there are some neat older ones like this 1970s really cool ruffled one. That'd be a really nice summer dress. And I always say that in vintage, I usually never find the same thing twice, but the exception is this really fun wool pleated skirt by Sears. This is from the 60s. I did have one of these years ago when I only had an online Etsy shop, and it's kind of cool to get it back again because I always thought this was a really fun one. So yeah, not mad at that. So it's really interesting is I've been going through this box and the top of it was pretty much all modern clothing, but as you get down to the bottom, I've been getting a little bit more older pieces, and I got to this really pretty, it's in person it's more like a dusty pink color, maybe a little, you know, ballet pink, but it's this beautiful 1970s pleated mini dress, and it has like this cute little button at the cuff. And it's this really interesting material. I think it's polyester, but it feels almost suede-like. But this one's really, really cute. Again, the lighting is really bad, but that is adorable. I mean, like I said, nice little mini dress, has a nice gathered waist. Yeah, this one's really cute. All right, so this is kind of a fun little set. This is late 70s, very early 80s. Again, it's more of like a buttery canary yellow in person, but it kind of has a 1920 vibes, and I'll tell you why. The top of it is a little shapeless, like it just goes straight down, and the skirt is just this beautiful skirt, and it kind of has that 20s, 30s vibe to it. And this is an amazing set that I don't know if I'm gonna break up yet, and it's a great size too, so I'm definitely excited about this one. And you have such a fun little lace detail, which can't go wrong with either. All right, so I'm a little out of breath from hauling things back and forth. I'd stopped filming a little bit because I made a little bit of a mess, but I'm currently just in the process of sorting out things I want to get out right away and packing things up to put in back until I figure out what to do with it. So, oh my goodness sakes, we have a lot. And like I said, You know, when you buy lots straight out like this, you always run the risk of acquiring pieces that just don't interest you, and that's just the name of the game. All of these bins are still mixed with vintage pieces I'm gonna keep and new pieces. I obviously have to get a way better sorting system, but yeah, so not a terribly long video. I got a little overwhelmed in the middle of it, but again, if you see any pieces you like, I am going to be working all week to attempt to at least get a quarter of this stuff out. So thanks again, you guys, and we'll see you soon.